This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Fat Shame by Nicole Black. Introduction. You're fat. My very tiny, very short Italian grandmother said to me one day. I was 12 and just entering puberty at the time. And I wasn't fat. I just wasn't as skinny as she was. But I was too young to understand that her comment had nothing to do with me and everything to do with her own insecurities. Her words wounded me just as deeply as a sharp knife. I won't say that her comment was the sole reason for the body dysmorphia that plagued me for many years, but it certainly didn't help. My weight was like a ride on a towering roller coaster. I was thin for a while, then chunky, then thin or almost thin again. Eventually, I made it all the way to morbidly obese, tipping the scales at 225 pounds on my 5 feet 1 inch frame. But the truth is that even when I was a size 4, I didn't feel thin or beautiful on the inside. What I learned is that it doesn't matter how much you weigh. If you don't love yourself for who you are, it won't matter whether you weigh 400 pounds or 80 pounds. You can be thin on the outside but feel huge and ugly on the inside. Or you can be overweight on the outside, but feel beautiful and thin on the inside. And the inside is what really counts. Sure, we all want to be physically healthy, and obesity certainly isn't healthy. But when you truly learn to love yourself as you are, it's actually easier to be physically healthy. The love you feel for yourself causes you to want to take care of your body, and the person on the outside begins to reflect the person you've cultivated on the inside. Unfortunately, many obstacles on the inside can block you from the self-love you deserve. Because of that, you can find the best diet plan known to humankind, but as soon as you get emotionally triggered, often by fat shaming from someone else or even from yourself, the plan flies right out the window. That's why this isn't a diet book. It isn't about nutrition, fitness, or even about losing weight. It's about helping you embrace your uniqueness and develop an internal framework that will stay strong no matter what you weigh and no matter what anyone says to you or about you. For me, the journey to building that strong internal framework involved learning who I was deep inside. That life-changing self-exploration included meditation, psychology, yoga, Rolfing structural integration, ending my marriage, and most of all, learning how to be single and happy without depending on anyone or anything. Here's the truth, because I want to be 100% transparent with you. I'm no longer overweight. But I didn't lose the weight by dieting and exercise. When I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now, I tried fasting, working out, and everything else I could think of, but nothing was sustainable. I lost weight, but I always gained it back. I even got to a point where I was suicidal. I felt like I was a caterpillar, slowly stuffing myself until I was encased in a cocoon. After I started seeing some of the health risks of my weight, such as high blood pressure, I knew I needed to change or be doomed to a life of huffing and puffing up a short flight of stairs. So I opted for gastric sleeve surgery. Today, I'm happy with who I am, and people are shocked when they learn that I was once 100 pounds heavier. I always tell them that if I was going to lie about something, it wouldn't be to make up a story about being overweight. Let me be clear, however. In no way am I advocating surgery. I still consider it to be a last resort. Yes, the surgery helped me become thinner and physically healthier, but it didn't get rid of the self-loathing or body dysmorphia that still existed inside me from all the years of trauma and fat shaming. So the real work began after the surgery. That's when I began to truly heal and love myself. Over time, I unraveled my cocoon to slowly and carefully emerge as a butterfly. I'm still a work in progress, and my life is far from perfect, but it's also far from where it was when I began this process. I'm convinced that if you follow the principles in this book, you can significantly improve the quality of your life too. Is this book for you? I believe this book can help you if you've been plagued by fat shaming from others as well as your own inner voice. You're overweight and have spent years yo-yo dieting without feeling any better about yourself.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.